This episode of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast is brought to you by our friends at Hargrove Roofing. Give that team a call at 512-645-3202, and you might be able to speak to Mary herself. Hargrove Roofing, know who's on your roof.
Ewers throws it and up into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Stevie, it's only been a week ago, man, and it seems like the waiting game for the four best teams in America to play each other for the right.
Hey, it ain't no air quotes, man. It's the four best teams. The four best teams, man. And we'll talk about the Kleenex Bowl here in a little bit.
Yeah, the Kleenex Bowl. We're going to have some fun with that. I love it. But we've got to wait until New Year's Day, which means in between there, quality time with friends, family, white elephant gifts, which are random. I gave I'm always known as the guy that gives the innuendo white elephant gifts, like a shaft sock over a plunger.
A shaft sock.
Yeah.
Over a plunger, a shaft socks.
Shaft
socks.
I get it. We get it. Hey, while we wait, episode 331 brought to you by our guys, Hargrove Roofing. And do us a favor before you move forward. Click subscribe on our YouTube page and follow Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter /X. We're all over the place. We're worldwide. Stevie Lee and Hargrove Roofing. They're a family now, and they're out of Shreveport, but they have a growing presence in the Austin area. Stevie Lee, that's his connection out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Those guys are really developing quite a reputation in the roofing industry, especially now here in Central Texas.
Yep. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
All day. Hey, I got to show you something that popped up, and I was at this game, and it really brought back a great memory. The girlfriend at the time and we drove from Stephen F. Austin and witnessed the final game, Southwest Conference game at Kyle Field, and Texas winning the final Southwest Conference championship. But look who honestly made plays all day.
Roy, he's their wonderful tailback off a play fake, pulling under pressure, high, intercepted at the 49. The Horns with a turnover. Jason Reeves, that's the fourth Aggie turnover of the game. -4. Normally you lose when you're -1.
Shout out to Jay Reeves watching Dan. He's been smiling about all of this. Big number 88. The number 88 now kind of reminds me of him a little bit, except he plays defensive end. But, Stevie, before we go further, we've got to address this deal because I'm not one to get into all this mess, but I did make a mistake by posting it on my Facebook page. And there's a certain individual who I've known a long time. I don't agree with him 90% of the time. I think he just makes surface level triggering statements, but I can't single him out because there's a lot of people who feel this way. But here's what I'm saying. Get over it. Move on. Nothing can be done. Not even the governor of Florida.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this? I get it. FSU, there were honestly 7 deserving teams. There's only 4 spots, but there's 5 conference champions. I feel for FSU. I do. But you're down your third string quarterback, and that was part of the criteria everybody overlooked. Why are we still talking about this?
It's part of the criteria, part of the rules that they were going to look at the team as a whole, available players and available coaches. That's part of it. That's the game we chose to play. That's the game that they chose to play. You know, everyone voted to put our fate in the college football committee's hands, and that's part of the game. So you didn't get chosen. You know, we got to get over it. That's it's the game that we're all playing. If it had happened to another school, it had happened to another school. You know, so it sucks because they did everything. They won every single game, but you're also in the ACC and you played Louisville for your championship game, and they didn't even show up. And then y'all didn't show up. Y'all were supposed to kick. They were supposed to kick their tails 49-0, and we'll have a conversation. But you barely inched by number 14 Louisville, which probably shouldn't have even been number 14. So, you know, it sucks for the kids because you tell a kid to win and win and win, and you'll get to the big dance. That's what they did. But when you actually know football, and this person that's on your Facebook that's leaving these comments probably don't know football like he should know football, or pretending like he doesn't know football. But anybody with eyes and that knows a little bit of football know if Florida State would have gone up against any of these top 4 or 5 teams,
it would not have been pretty.
Would not have been great. No,
it would not have been pretty at all.
Yeah,
at all. So that leads us to the bowl game involving Florida State and listen. Georgia, I don't care what they did the previous 2 years.
Yep.
I don't. It's not a factor. It's not. They are a great team. They just had one little slip up at the end.
Yeah, and they should know going into the SEC championship game, that was a playoff game.
All of them are.
Yeah, all of them. Your bowl game, or not your bowl game, your championship game is basically a bowl game. And if you going into that game, you know if you lose that game, you're going to be out.
Yep.
So it's not a 4-team bowl or championship series. It's really like 6 to 8 teams, you know, already, you know. So
well, Ohio State can claim it too, but they lost to Michigan there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? So you got to get over it. Do the best you can in the Kleenex Bowl and try to come back out and do better next year.
Compliment Blake Brown, Cedar Park High School basketball coach. Funny. He's a very proud UT alum, I must say. Was a manager for Tom Penders on those teams playing basketball. He sent this. He found this. He did not create this. And it's funny because both teams, there's like rumors, people throwing out there they ought to boycott it and just not show up, and then people don't watch the game. I mean, these are stretches, and I love it when people say, well, you know, if this was Texas, you'd be whining. No, I'd be angry. I'd be disappointed, but I'd get over it. First and foremost, Texas was not expecting to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was Texas in the role of Florida State or even Georgia, I'd be disappointed if I was a Texas fan, but I would get over it. That's the problem. Our society wants to find a controversy or, oh, why me? It's all, man, I didn't get my way.
Yeah.
Life sucks sometimes. It does.
It does. It sucks for the kids, I think. But the adults in the room, they're taking it a little bit too far. It is what it is, and it would not have passed the eye test. It doesn't pass the eye test. So, you know, the Kleenex Bowl, they have plenty of sponsorships, Kleenex under every seat.
That's freaking hilarious. You know, and that's the thing, because there's a young man from Anderson High School here in Austin who's one of the best offensive linemen in the country. Byers is his last name.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing kid, amazing mama. He transferred from UTEP, and now he's playing for one of the top teams in the country, and he's going to make a lot of money on Sundays playing offensive line.
There you go.
And tremendous young man.
Yeah.
So they'll be playing in the Orange Bowl, Georgia, and it should be a great game depending upon who will play. First off, I got to give your take on that. I think we both. I can tell you what you're going to say about that, and I agree with you. But
you agree? Okay, I agree. I think that kids should manage their future.
Yep.
They have to manage their future, manage their earnings, and mitigate risk. And it sucks that we don't get to see some of the best players in college football play their last game. But we have to mitigate risk. Like these kids can't take a risk on their career and setting their lives and families up for the rest of their lives off of a game that's really not. I mean, it means something, but don't mean anything. So it's hard to say that, but it's true. You don't go out there and break something or hurt yourself and lose multi-million-dollar deals over a bowl game that doesn't really mean much to you or the school. Well,
you could go from – I've seen kids, unfortunately, playing these games. I mean, look at the linebacker from Notre Dame from years ago that ended up being selected by the Dallas Jalen. Mm-hmm. He had shredded his knee in a New Year's Six bowl game. And I loved him when the Cowboys selected him, but he just wasn't ever the same.
Yeah.
And he lost money, even though some can say, well, that's selfish. No one cares what you think. It's
actually selfish for you to want those kids to play in a game that doesn't mean anything. And when they have an opportunity to make multi-million-dollar deals or contracts, it's selfish for you to be mad at them to go ahead and to make them play. You know, it's about their future. They've given 99.9%, and all the rest of the games, it was 99.9%. And this is 0.1%. Let them think about their future. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that you got to think of it that way. They've given everything that they can give to this university. And when it comes down to their future, they have to make a business decision.
They do. And I do see it from a fan. I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a point where you've got to draw a line and say, okay, their degree is not in football like some have stated ignorantly on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I'm not that's why I don't respond to the guys talking to you about, or respond to people like that, because I'm above it. You're above it. The big question is, as we're going to start picking up the RPMs on this first segment here, how Texas reached the CFP. Well, I'll let you hear Quinn Ewers after the announcement last week. This was something that I didn't just forget, but I kind of overlooked last week. And I thought you gave us some insight into how the team developed in the offseason beginning last spring.
Which is cool, especially with how certain guys at high levels have like a higher ego maybe, but they all, I think we killed all of our egos and just understood that if we want to go as far as we want to go, then it takes everybody, and you got to put the work in.
Absolutely.
So he's becoming more vocal. I now, even in my criticism of his development on the field, I've never once criticized his heart or character. Mm-hmm. Never said that. Because now we're really starting to see Quinn, because he is becoming more comfortable, not only as a player, but the vocal piece.
Yeah.
I think on camera.
Right. And it all came at the same time with me. I saw him being coached by Coach Sharp, coach yelling at him to set his feet and throw the ball. And I think in Ewers' head, he was like, he's right. When I set my feet and I throw the ball, I'm right on target. So it got his confidence up, which got his team's confidence up, which they all started to play together. And what he was really trying to say is die to themselves. They're dying to their individual selves and actually coming together as a team. And we watched it all unfold in the back half of the season, right? And it was really cool to watch how he progressed, started looking down the field, started going through his progressions.
Yes.
Yeah. Second and third receiver, hitting second and third receiver, and being able to just stand in the pocket, trusting his O-line, and growing that way, man. And then when he got confidence, the team got confidence in him, which made the team just get confidence in each other. And I think that we can talk about this later, but I'm so fired up for the game, which is, 6 months away. So
that's what it feels like.
I'm so fired up for the game, which is a long time away, because one, we can talk about it later, but one, we lost to them last year. It's a revenge game almost.
Washington and
yeah. And two, we got confidence in each other. The linebackers have confidence in the linemen. The linemen have confidence in the DBs, and then the O-line, the quarterback has confidence in his O-line. The O-line has confidence in the running back that he's going to hit the right hole. The quarterback has confidence in the receivers running the right routes. I think everybody's banging on all cylinders right now, for sure.
True, but then there's also a lot of great storylines, like the Outland Trophy, the latest Outland Trophy winner, that being your boy T. Sweat, and this is him, a moment that the social media team with UT football caught, because he is a self-admitted huge mama's boy.
Yeah.
Lord, and I respect that a lot. And this was him after that entire great presentation. A lot of it was remote. Most of it was remote. And they did a good job with it on the production of that. This is T. Sweat.
All right.
Let's go.
I feel great. Being on TV. I never thought everybody would be watching me, but dreams do come true. All I can say is thank you, Longhorn Nation. Thank you, Coach Davis. Thank you to my D-line. Thank you, University of Texas. T. Sweat. Peace.
I like the kid, man. I like him. He's very marketable now,
Yes. Yes. You got to admit, just looking at him, he's one of those guys that could walk in a room and you just start laughing for no reason.
Yeah, no, he seems like a good kid, man. I've met him a couple times, talked to him at practice, but no, he's that's great company right there, man. That is great company. I love that.
These are the
And
four
there he is.
Longhorn Outland Trophy winner, Brad Shear, Tommy Nobis, and Scott Appleton in 1963. That was a national championship team. This is given to the best interior lineman in the country, which means both sides of the ball, offensive and defensive line. I just, you look at that, Stevie, you're well-versed, well-educated on UT history of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are some of the best and meanest and fiercest and skilled football players to ever play.
And so the other thing, man, we've had first rounders, top 3 offensive linemen picks in the NFL, top 2 offensive linemen in the NFL.
All the time.
Yeah. And T. Sweat is the first one to get the Heisman.
Yeah.
He's doing the Heisman
He's
poll.
striking it.
The Outland Trophy since these guys in black and white pictures, So this is huge for the University of Texas. I'm talking Mike Williams. I'm talking Derek Dockery. I'm talking
so many.
Yeah, so many. I'm talking Leonard Davis didn't get it, right? I'm talking Sean Rogers. I'm talking Marcus Tubbs, Casey Hampton, all those big guys, Poona Ford, all those guys did not get the Outland Trophy all those years. And here we got one right here. I don't think we're blowing this up as big as we should blow it up, So let's get on to the media team, the SID over there. So this needs to be on billboards at the University of Texas, man. This guy has won the Outland Trophy, 361 pounds, 6'4", 361 pounds, catching passes in the end zone, man. So He is the heart and soul of that defense, the heartbeat of the whole team. This is huge for someone at the University of Texas to win the Outland Trophy, man. This is awesome.
There are a few who are in the College Football Hall of Fame, and Mac Brown's in it, Vince Young's in it, and last week Derek Johnson, the pride of Waco, Texas, was inducted.
And Mac Brown's a perfect example of just following the right things, not just on the field, but off the field too. That was a big deal with him. And when you talk about Vince Young, I mean, it's invincible at the end of the day. One of the best. Sorry about that, Bush. I just talked to Reggie, but just saw that game the other day, man. I mean, you just think of Vince and what he's done and what he's accomplished, and be able to be up here and represent the University of Texas and have those names like that next to, man. It's a blessing. It really is a blessing.
That's awesome, man. And hats off to DJ. I saw him at church today. No one else deserving of the award, man, going into the College Football Hall of Fame. He was a great football player, but even a better human off the field,
100%.
He will represent the university well. He's always represented the university well. And just a good person to have all these accolades. And, and he speaks whenever he talk about these awards. He gives everybody else the credit, even though he was out there making all the tackles, So, but it's really good to see him in the College Football Hall of Fame, and no one else is more deserving.
I mean, I think he belongs just in it just for the human he is alone. DJ is one of those guys that will make time to talk to you.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, man. Defend the Dream Foundation that he has.
Yeah,
it is. Listen, I'm all about mentoring and promoting groups which give back to the inner city or show inner city children there's a route out. There's a route that changes the direction. There's a route. There's just options here. And, DJ comes from what? His mom was a teacher, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Like that. And just a great family. But, yeah, just a fine human being, and just and then the way he just is a father, too. Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, yeah, and the Defend the Dream foundation that he has is doing really, really good work. I mean, it starts with kids and learning how to read and things like that, and they go around to underprivileged schools and renovating their libraries and getting them new books and things like that. I've donated to him, and I've gone to some of his fundraisers and things like that. So I think that he's doing great work in that part. So just being a great football player, a great human, and then philanthropist, he's doing great stuff, man. So, like I said, no one else more deserving to be in the College Football Hall of Fame.
No, not at all. Hey, we've got to touch base quickly on this transfer portal. We can't. We don't have enough time, nor do I want to spend as much time. But to me, this thing is more active than I have ever seen it, ever. It is what it is, man. And so I'm just highlighted Texas. They have 7 guys who have entered the portal. It's okay. I love the portal. I just think just like NIL, which is great, needs to be managed a little better as far as the intention. Isaiah Nayor, the latest. Casey Kane, the guy who had a fantastic Alamo Bowl last year. And Jalen Catalon, which I hate because I think what that is he's just injury prone. When he transferred from Arkansas, I just wonder why they don't wait until after the CFP. Is it because they need to find a home now, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they don't wait, but I guess the opening day of it, they got to get out there before spots get taken. So I don't know, man. And I don't know why the NCAA doesn't open it up until the last game is played. Like, open the transfer portal up the day after the national championship game on January 8th.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
The way it should be.
Yeah.
So Those three are three of the seven who are transferring. You hate to see anybody move, but I get it.
Well, maybe they can't open it up that late because the kids that are transferring have to be in school in January, right?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so maybe that's why we just figured it out. That's
I
all.
think, yeah, it's all you got to do. We got to talk about it.
Talk it out. We figured it out. That's why they can't open it up that late.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at Texas A&M, 15 guys in the transfer portal. Now, I've only highlighted 3 of them, and these 3 are really good, especially all of them. These 3, Tyreek, Chappell. I mean, we're talking about borderline freshman All-American or guys who are potentially going to be Sunday selections.
Yeah. They got to change something down there at Texas A&M, and I want them to be good because when Texas A&M and Texas are good, it's good for Texas football, right? I don't know what's going on down there. I mean, getting rid of this coach and then bringing a new coach in, and then they were the laughingstock of the country when they introduced this new coach, and they did their dance and song at the press conference, and it looked really bad.
They do it every time.
I know, man, but it just looks, the optics of it is not.
I agree. It's very cringy, as a young kid.
It's very cringy, and I know that's their tradition and that's what they do, but I think it's turning some kids off, right? And some of these 15 kids that are leaving went there for Jimbo Fisher, right? And then when they get rid of Jimbo, they're like, man, I came here for Jimbo. They got rid of him, and this is too much for me to handle. I got to get out of this place. I took a visit there. As soon as I got out of the car, it just felt weird, and I wanted to get right back in the car. So, but we love our brothers and sisters over at Texas A&M. But it's just a different place over there, and it's it doesn't look like real life.
Well, I'll give it to them. They have over 70,000 students now, much larger than UT.
Yeah.
As far as student body. But here's the thing. That when A&M's been good, and this is just my opinion, they found guys who love the culture.
Yeah.
School and the football program were all aligned. When A&M started their slide, it's because there was not alignment with a lot of leadership. So that happens everywhere. But to your point, you've got to have guys who love the culture, who want to be a part of it. And then on the bottom here, there's some notable names to Texas fans and people in the area. I mean, Will Howard, that quarterback who's been there for a while at Kansas State, he's gone. Dillon Gabriel left Oklahoma.
That shocked me. Shocked me. Yeah. Dillon Gabriel shocked me when I heard that. I was like, what? Why? He drove down the field and beat the University of Texas, the team that's number 3 in the country. They got what it takes to be really good up there in Norman, but he jumped ship. But I mean, he saw the formula of where's he going? Oregon. Yeah, so he saw the formula on the wall, and I guess he wanted to, insert here is what he.
Weird, but he's going to Oregon, and OU fans like him, and he went out the door. The one that Texas fans obviously need to keep an eye on, because he has a tie to Jamal Finner on the Texas staff. Jamal Finner, the former great LBJ head coach, he took over for the late great Coach Jack. He lost his life to cancer. Jamal Finner was on his staff. They were very close. Jamal, just an amazing human being. Does great with the high school relations. Yeah, so Makuba was he signed with Clemson out of LBJ, was one of Jamal's defensive backs. He's in the portal.
You think we'll pick him up here?
Oh, I mean, Texas does need DBs.
We do. Well, we had some injuries also, so
and graduating seniors.
Graduating, yeah. So, yeah, I love to see it, man. I mean, I think that's part of college football nowadays to be competitive.
It really is.
Work the transfer portal,
and you got to do it every year. It's like going shopping for Christmas. You got to go. You You got to go look and see what's out there. If you're a married man, you can window shop, but you can't buy.
Oh, my God.
I didn't say that, did I?
You said it out loud.
State championship week for high school football. There's not one one Austin, Texas school there. It was a tough weekend. We saw, oh, man, that was hard. We saw Liberty Hill go down again, PNG in the state semifinals at 5A-2. Westlake again versus Galena Park North Shore. I mean, these two are two of the best ever.
Mm-hmm.
Texas high school football history. In United States high school football history, these two programs. Seriously.
Yeah.
And GP North Shore got the best of Westlake this time. The score, I think, was 23-14. That was a tipped ball in the end zone that went right into GP North Shore's. It was a kind of like a cheap touchdown, but and I'm going to say it's cheap. That's the way the ball bounces.
Yeah. It's a tough break for those kids, man, over at Westlake. But it's we strap it up and play the game, and whatever happens at the end of the game is what happened, and you live with it, man. But for those underclassmen, get back to work and get ready to go back for next year.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing you got to look forward to is Duncanville and Galena Park North Shore. That I think it's a rematch, 6A Division I.
Mm-hmm.
South Oak Cliff again against PNG, going for a three-peat. Shows you that inner city football can win.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to open your doors, though. You got to figure out a way to get the kids in there legally.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't recruit up in here in this Texas UIL high school football. It never happens.
And DeSoto is kind of like an inner city school as well to me. When I've gone over there, I had a friend coach over there.
Really good.
Yeah, DeSoto's really good too, man. They're a suburb, I guess, or a town outside of Dallas, but it's more of a inner city school to me, I guess. And they're doing very, very well. They're in who are they playing this week? Yeah,
DeSoto's playing Humble. Summer Creek, 14-0. Yeah, Claude Mathis, former Southwest Texas, great running back.
Yeah.
Head coach over there. He's coached, I forgot the name. What's that small town that's starting to really flourish from Samsung? Really small town over there near
Taylor?
No, not Taylor. It's over there in that general vicinity. Really small town. That's where he played. Bartlett.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's about to. They got a cool Bartlett, Texas. FYI, they got this cool little downtown strip that's old. I mean, old building. It's starting to rejuvenate because of Samsung. There's been a lot of movies made down in this little old facade. I think it's limestone. You got to check it out. But yeah, so you've got some teams in there, and then you've got Aledo, which they've won 4,000 state championships. It's like Shreveport Evangel here, just unreal. Aledo is where Jermichael Finley's son plays.
Okay,
and he's just as talented.
And
that'd be cool to get Jermichael. He's finishing his degree. That'd be cool if he were to say, you know what? I want to get into coaching. And how cool would that be if Sark gave him an opportunity?
Yeah, it would be cool. Who's our tight ends coach now?
That's a great question.
So, yeah, Jermichael Finley.
Jermichael Finley. Let's bring him, baby. This is just grit. So this is the guy you're about to see. This is how Wimberley lost. The Wimberley Texans, they are historically a great football program in the Texas Hill Country. They needed this 2-point conversion against Belleville, the Brahmas. They're in the greater Houston area. They needed this right here to send it to overtime. And this quarterback, the junior, oh, my God, you tell me if he was in, but the officials said he wasn't, so I guess they're right.
I don't think he was in, man.
And Cody Stover is his name. I think he's a junior for Wimberley. Doug Warren, the head coach out there, has done an amazing job for Wimberley. Amazing job. And I got a feeling they'll be back.
Yeah, no question.
That's
He's a junior. You use that right there, your whole offseason program, and motivate your guys. But I don't think he was in. I didn't see it cross over, man.
So close. I didn't either, but it was so close from that view. So you're watching this on a Monday. Of course, the Dallas Cowboys, big game Sunday night, but we're recording this before the kickoff of it, so we're not going to talk about it. But all I'm going to say is if the Cowboys end up winning that thing, they're going to be right there in a tie for the NFC East lead. Hey, when we come back, Shaka makes an Aggie reference. And I don't know if a former Longhorn basketball player, he wants to reassure everyone he does not like to play with Legos. That's coming up on the other side of this break. And Stevie and Hargrove Roofing. Stevie's a great actor, by the way.
Here at Hargrove Roofing, we try to think outside the box to kind of get the creative juices flowing. So I brought in my friend Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's going to help the team strategize, really motivate them, light a fire.
This guy's going to block down. This guy's going to block down. You put your butt into the guard, and that way my Mike linebacker gets free to do what?
Not only are they going to learn a thing or two, but they're going to also leave with a great attitude and a bunch of smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with roofing exactly?
Get out.
Right now.
I said get out.
For me, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, making our employees have a great time. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Shout out to my old friend, rest in peace, Aggie Garrido from Texas. He taught me about that. Basically, have a level of respect for everything that goes into winning, regardless of who the opponent is.
Shaka. Wasn't horrible, but he just could not build a consistent winner at the University of Texas. Great human being, he and his wife. Very intelligent. And I really have nothing but respect. But kind of a mid-major, if you will. But Marquette absolutely destroyed Texas the other day.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that Marquette basketball is
they're good.
Their basketball team is historic over there,
They won a national title.
Like Dwayne Wade, which is like top 20 in the NBA ever,
Right.
So he didn't really have a step down when he left Texas. He may have stepped up. He may have gotten fired up,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you go into it's a basketball school.
It's a basketball school, yeah.
And it's hard. Let's be honest. No offense to RT, Rick Barnes, Tom Penders, anybody.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough place.
It's a very tough place.
It's a football school with a great baseball program, one of the top, or if not the best.
Yeah.
They just need to win some.
Well, I think the narrative is starting to change. This is just an athletic school. UT Athletics is doing very, very well with our volleyball girls advancing to the Final Four.
Again,
our basketball girls and men's basketball team, they're all going deep into the NCAAs every year. Track is always winning. Somebody's always winning nationals in track. Our swim team has always been on top. Soccer has been great lately. So our UT Athletics have been on top for a long time here lately. So I think the narrative is changing, not just to be a football school. We're just athletics school.
One guy who, Rick Barnes, I don't know what his problem was. He didn't play Miles Turner enough. when he was here for that 1 year or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, what are you doing? But Miles Turner, he's been in the pros for a while now, and he goes home, plays with Legos, but he wants everyone to know he's not playing with Legos.
Big thing. I build Legos. I don't play with Legos. But second of all, yeah, all the time, bro. I got a lot of that's literally all I do in my downtime. I get back to the crib, I just it's a way for me to, I don't know, take my mind off of things. I'll put some music on and I might put a show on or something like that. But at least 3-4 hours on my day, bro. Like, I'm putting stuff together. I've already built 12 different projects. I mean, I've counted up everything. I've gone through 120,000 Legos just since the season started itself. But I mean, y'all see that when y'all see it. I put that little content out there for you.
He's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct, man. You're not playing with them. It's an escape. I have an F1 car that I've built. I didn't play with it. I built it. I have another car that I built. It's a Le Mans car that I built. And then I got a couple other things that I built around the house. But when you sit down, when you take it out of the pack and you go through the instructions and things like that and just start building, it's an escape in your mind.
Yeah.
You have something on in the background, but you're just escaping everything else and just focus on that one little build right there. He's absolutely correct.
I respect it. And it kind of motivated me when I become a homeowner again. So what I mean by that is to have more space.
Yeah.
I will have that in a room.
A hobby room. Yeah.
Instead of having my podcast area, I mean, all this production, lights, everything is where a dining room table belongs in the background. Yeah. It's pretty weird. So we're going to keep it basketball. And have you ever heard of the Silent Night tradition at Taylor University?
No.
So it's in the middle of America. And I don't know, it's been going on for a while. And it's always the game right before the end of the fall semester. It's an NAIA school. So what people don't know what that is, it's not NCAA sanctioned school. NAIA, help me out. Texas is Concordia? No. Anyway, they have scholarships and grants. Most of them are private schools.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what they do on this game right before the end, home game, right before the end of the fall semester, they don't cheer, but they all erupt and storm the floor when their team, Taylor, scores the 10th point. And this is amazing right here. And I've watched this for the last 8 years, and I'm blown away. I want to go. Here we go. Check this out, Stevie.
Hodson, near side Webb. Yoon tries to break the silence.
Full of about 2,500 students. It's they got their special thing that has taken off across the country.
That's awesome. That's good stuff. I love these kids being creative, man. That's awesome.
I do too. I really do. And I want to try to get in. I'd love to experience it. I don't know if I can run out in the field on the court, but I'll tell you one thing: dad jokes. You and I'm not a dad. I'm an uncle. You have you been responsible for a few dad jokes?
Oh, absolutely. Great ones too.
You think great? And
great dad jokes. I have some great ones.
Oh my God. Well, there's these dads that are at a deer blind, and they got a nice TikTok following. And this is the 3 dads at a deer blind telling jokes nonstop. This is like episode 38 of said dad jokes at the deer blind.
How many paranoid people can you fit in the hunting blind? Who wants to know? You didn't get it, did you?
I did.
Why was the snowman asked to leave the grocery store? He was caught picking his nose.
Dad jokes. I got 2 more in my repertoire now.
Picking his nose, he's got to pick.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for somebody to put a eggplant on a snowman's nose for a nose. Oh, I got something to show you, Stevie. Hang on.
Okay.
Hold on. White elephant gift party. Have you ever heard of a Christmas pickle?
No.
I haven't either. It's a hand-blown glass ornament. Let me read this to you. The Christmas pickle. To start a tradition that will surely last, here's a short story about the pickle of glass. The night before Christmas, it's hung on the tree. While everyone's sleeping, it's done secretly. And on Christmas morning, when you arise, the first to find it will get a surprise. A family tradition for all to share. You'll look for the pickle year after year.
Well, it's see-through, so. Well, it's.
You know why? Because my green screen. See this damn thing?
It's green. Yeah.
Green. It's a green pickle. It's the first cousin of the purple eggplant.
You got to hang that on your tree, man.
Dude, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to play hide the pickle.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Stevie Lee, the entire month of December is something better about it than the other months. Tell me something good, my brother.
Man, this week I am packed full of Christmas parties, man. That's something good. Hanging out with people, having good drinks, having good food, and exchanging gifts and things like that. This is the last week of school for my kids, and we're really, really deep into the Christmas spirit right now, man. So enjoy your December, enjoy Christmas, and then we can get ready for these bowl games.
I love it, man. And then I love that. I love that more than you know.
Yeah.
I got to give a little holiday shout out to. I mean, there's a lot of people I can give a shout out to, but what I want to say is to all the nurses who had the walkout at Seton Ascension here in Austin to give the administration a big FU. Well, I went by there. I had an appointment of my own, and I saw them all out there on 38th Street the other day, and I went by there and just shook hands with about 8 of them. Keep it up.
That's good.
Old Seton, Ascension, hold them. Because I'll tell you one thing, and just knowing through what I went through with my mother, these hospital systems, everyone needs to stand up right now as an advocate for a patient, because there are individuals, they don't have as many registered nurses as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice needs to be heard.
Yeah.
You have somebody in the hospital, because there's not enough of these people like these nurses.
Yeah.
So that was something good to see them standing up for themselves, because they know they deserve better than what some systems are giving them as an employer. Every week, I'm going to pick out 3 of these bowl games. Can't do all the bowl games. There's far too many.
Yeah.
But every week, I'll pick 3 to 5. These are the first ones this Saturday. Bowl game pick'em between Stevie and Clinch. Here we go. We'll start out with the whatever corporation, Isleta, New Mexico Bowl in Albuquerque. New Mexico State's in Las Cruces. They're 10-4. They're playing the Fresno State Bulldogs. I have no idea what the letter V means.
Varsity.
Varsity. All right.
Varsity basketball, varsity football.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I don't know. A while ago, man. Fresno, I don't know. Sometimes I have random facts that I don't know why I know them.
Oh, it's the same way I feel. Who are you taking in that one?
New Mexico State, man.
Okay. Likewise.
Yeah.
New Mexico State. Hey, the loser has to buy the other a round of beverages.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's after the national championship. All right, this is the bowl game in Louisiana in Los Angeles, which is Gronk's bowl game. UCLA and Boise State.
Is that going to be in SoFi Stadium?
That's a good question. I think it is.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. They need a bowl in that game, in that stadium. That's a very, very nice stadium.
Yeah.
I got you. It's a home game, UCLA.
Yeah, I'll take UCLA. Boise State's they're down.
Yeah.
How about the Independence Bowl? Why is the Independence Bowl just known for a sponsor from 10 sponsors ago, the Poulon Weed Eater Independence Bowl? Is Weed Eater still in Shreveport?
Weed Eater?
Yeah.
I didn't know Weed Eater was in Shreveport.
Well, why did they sponsor it?
Hey, man, I don't know.
How much radiance?
I don't know what radiance is.
I guess it was a heating and air conditioning. I don't
Okay.
know. I remember Drew Brees and Walk-Ons. I think they sponsored it one year.
Yeah.
Cal Tech.
I got Tech. Texas Tech.
You and I both. Damn. So yeah, that's what we'll do at the end of it. That's freaking awesome.
Yep.
That's real nice, Clark.
It's real nice.
Have y'all watched Christmas Vacation yet?
No, we usually get into the Christmas movies when the kids are out of school.
Oh, that's starting this week.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. We got to get the Hargroves together, everything. And for the beautiful family that is the Hargroves in the Shreveport, Louisiana, and the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and Coach Mother Scratch and Mo. What are we telling Big Stevie Lee?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.